What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new video. This brand new series on my channel is going to teach you in very detailed ways how to not suck at Battlefield. So if you're looking into getting better in Battlefield, this is the series for you. In the upcoming minutes, we're going to analyze a clip and then I'll reveal all the secrets you need to know of why I managed to survive, where the spawns are, how I won certain gunfights, and what exactly went through my mind. I guarantee you will learn something new in each episode, and with having over 5,000 hours in the game, I hope I can give you guys a shortcut of all the things that I have learned myself. Before we get into the full video, I want to ask for a small favor. I want to make this a successful series, and with the work that goes into it, I want to ask if you could leave some feedback and if you could drop a simple like on the video. The better these videos do, the more I will make them. So this next clip, we're going to be attacking here on Panzerstorm. What's good to know, we're playing Breakthrough on the attacking team. The objective is around this entire area. It's a pretty big first objective. First, they're on the lower ground, and we have 7 or 6 tanks, I believe, and we're going to be pushing along at this side. We have quite a couple of buildings here. There's 4 lined up here, then there's this one building here. The populated areas are this building and these buildings, and then I have to watch out for snipers around this area. Sometimes they're even going up on this tower. So those are the things that I know before I even get into the game that are quite standard. So also here, you don't see that right now, but there will be some fortifications built on this area here on the field, which also there's like quite a few players usually. Alright, we're spawning in. We're using the medic class here with the ZK, and the first thing we're doing here is we're creating a wall of smoke here. Now, the first things to notice, of course, is the position of my teammates and where my teammates have died. So we're kind of creating a wall here because we're on the attacking team, which is like kind of this. So this is the area that I don't really need to check, or I don't really need to look. Also, I am pushing this side right here because I'm playing medic and I want to be up close. So I'm using the wall, the small wall here. There's some trees as cover, so I don't really have to check this area here where there's a lot of my dead teammates. And usually this area is a little bit more open, so there's more snipers. There also is, I believe, 2 tanks on the enemy team. But I don't really have to worry about that because I'm pushing the close range area with the SMG. But also here, there are some fortifications, and most of the time there are enemies here. I don't know if there are enemies right now, but this is just something you create with experience. You know where enemies could potentially be. So I'm using that as create a wall here with smoke, and I could potentially find some enemy players there. Now, my teammate has died, which is the best way to tell if there's an enemy. We could expect an enemy closer. The smoke that I've created here, honestly, I don't know how thick it is, which is a down part of smokes. It's really hard to predict if you're running out of a smoke or not, because I used multiple smokes here. We're getting out of the smoke, we spawn our first player. Now here I have started the reload already. Well, there's an enemy right here, which is a huge mistake. He's using a sniper, so instead of me trying to kill the player, I decide to run past him. Usually this is kind of a console thing here. People cannot run the highest sensitivity on console, which is just really hard to control with a controller. So I decide to run past it and try to get the kill later on. He does hit me though, which is of course putting me in danger, but we have created a smoke here that we already threw, which we can use as cover. Now every time here I'm using these little walls as cover in the buildings. Even though the buildings are completely broken down, I make sure I crouch so I don't get headshotted. You can actually kind of shoot to the top layer of this building, so be sure when you're taking cover you also crouch. Alright, I decide to run back. I am kind of ignoring this area of the map. So we have the road here, and I am ignoring this entire side of the map. Why? Because this is all long range area for now. For now, this long range area, there's some snipers on this wall usually. There's players here. There's that big tower you can see over here, which I'm ignoring for now. First, I want to make sure that we're going to clear this real quick. We're going to make sure that this area of the road is clear, which is more the area that the SMG is going to work better in. So I got the killer, I got the kill assist actually, so I know the player is dead. Here, the reason why I do not go for the revive, because I know people are going to be wondering. We're going to check the location of the player real quick, which is going to be right here. First thing to know is I don't have any smokes. You can see that right here, no smokes left at all, which you kind of want to use as a medic. Also, the angle of my teammate that he died in could potentially mean that there are also snipers around this area, which could be watching that player. So the 2 seconds you're reviving the player could mean some danger, so I decide to not revive the player and try to continue with the solo mission, basically. And I was right. If you look at here, why the revive would be dangerous. There's a player here, there's a player here. So this is why it was much better to not go for the revive. I ignore these players for now because they're too far away, and if I go for the gunfight because I'm already decided to run past, I could potentially get shot by multiple players at the same time, which is not something you want to do. You always want to be ending up in 1 versus 1 gunfights. Instantly I go behind the wall to create cover from that entire right side area of the map. I find a player there. Check kill by hipfire. And instead of running around the wall this time, because I know there's players, I decide to go back to this side of the map, which is much more safe. There's a player. Instead of ADSing here, I decide to hipfire, because there's a pro of hipfiring, is that you can move faster while still shooting. If a player is up close, you have good hipfire range, be sure to just go for the hipfire kill, because it's much harder to hit a player that's moving fast than a player that's moving slow. Now here I still have the wall behind me, so it should be safe for this kill. And you create a really good head glitch here. The ZK has a bipod, so when you're on these head glitches, the recoil is much easier to control. And again, I decide to jump out of this side of the map, so I have to cover on my right side to block off that entire right side of the objective. I jump in the house and not to the left of it, which is what most players would do. Again, when I jump inside the house with an SMG, the only gunfights I could be getting are close range gunfights, which is what the SMG is good at. And now I decide to check. The house is clear, so I have a quick time to check if there are some players on the right side. You shouldn't be doing this too long because you have no clue if there could be players coming from that left side of the map. So it's a quick checkup. Here again, I do the hipfire strat of moving right. You can see he's looking this way, so I'm trying to be unpredictable. We can do this gunfight again. He's shooting the complete wrong way. Go for the hipfire kill, and he has no time to respond. And again, right here we see 2 players, but there's some target prioritization. This player doesn't see me, this player doesn't see me yet. However, there's 1 player we should be going for right now. And that is that player. You could see him slowly turn around, so we go for this player instead of the player on my left. Which ended up being the good decision. Sometimes you get unlucky, players turn around, sometimes they hear you. But for that, you just have to go for the better option. We pick up a free kill here. Now, I know there's some players dead here. We can try and slowly peek that right side. Never peek that right side too long, because otherwise you might get shot from behind. So as you can see, I am constantly, literally every single time, I am checking this side of the map. If I know it's clear, then I will see if I can take out some players on this side of the map. Take out that player, take out that player. Now we go back and we go check this side of the map. We could pick up 2 kills, which we can do for that range because again the ZK has that bipod. So once we're against those windows, we can bipod and the recoil is much easier to control. And we're slowly moving up the objective. What you can see by slowly moving on up the objective, this is also a mistake that a lot of people will do. So a lot of people, what they will do is they see this first house. It is on the objective, so you're playing the objective. However, what happens if you stick to that first house, you can get a couple of kills here, but you let the enemy team have space to move back into the objective, so they can continually push this way. What happens now that I've cleared the building slowly, now this entire area, or at least the entire area, the first 3 buildings are completely clear, and you can slowly see some of my teammates that are pushing in. So this is why you need to play aggressive as a medic. Killed a decent amount of players there. Here again, I just slowly peek the site. I will jump out of the window or the door. I will quickly check. Usually I don't mean to do that to get a kill. I just want to know what's going on. So quickly check. I see long distance areas. There's a player here. I believe there's players behind this. There could still be players on that A building in the middle. So quickly just check up, see what's going on. Also, some interesting information is on the flag. You can see right here on this bar, you can see how many teammates there are compared to the enemies. So there's about maybe 6-7 teammates on the objective, including me, which means, because we're not capping, there is 1 or 2 more enemies than that on the objective. So there might be like 8-9 enemies still on the objective. So we know we still have to be looking around for players. You could hear me literally call it out there. So go check this side. Again, this side is much better for the SMG. Take out this player. I take a little bit of a risk here. There's a lot of angles that could be shooting me here. You can even see some players here. So this could have been a mistake. However, this creates a little bit of cover, so I would still be a hard angle to hit. But these are some risky plays that could work out, but sometimes they don't. And sometimes it's just a little bit of risk management. I pick up a couple of kills here. There we go, now we're capping. As I said, now we're capping here, so that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 because there's a tank. Teammates on the objective, which could mean right now, because you can see the blue area is a lot bigger than the red area, there might be about 4 enemies still left on the objective. Quickly checking around. That was a very risky kill that I took here. If the player started to shoot back, I could easily jump back into the house, and sometimes you just have to disengage in a gunfight. I managed to pick him up though. I was already in the doorway, so in case the gunfight would have turned out the bad way, I could have taken cover real quick. Players reviving. We see a player here. Unfortunately, here I died because I'm struggling to climb up here. It would have been better here to move back a little bit, stay back. And unfortunately, I die right there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was useful for you guys. Let me know what you think of it, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. The plan is to upload 1 video each week about this and to see if it goes well. I'll try for a month, and if the videos do well, I'll continue. If they don't do well, I'll probably stop the series. But I hope you guys enjoyed it.